Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're returning to one of the most consistently rewarding names in Swiss watchmaking, Tissot. And what makes this brand so endlessly compelling is its range. From easygoing everyday automatics to precision chronographs with genuine racing heritage, from faithful archive revivals to movement-certified chronometers, Tissot covers more ground than almost any Swiss brand at accessible prices. Today's list is a celebration of that breadth. 10 watches that each make a distinct and convincing argument for why Tissot deserves to be taken very seriously indeed. Let's get started. Number 10. Tissot Carson Premium Automatic. Opening today's list is the watch that best answers the question, what does Tissot do when it simply wants to make a beautiful, uncomplicated dress watch? The answer is the Carson Premium Automatic, and it's a deeply satisfying one. The 40mm stainless steel case has a classic, time-tested silhouette that has never gone out of style and never will, and the domed sapphire crystal above the dial gives it a vintage visual warmth that flat mineral glass simply cannot replicate. The dial finishing is quietly impressive. Sunray-brushed surfaces with applied hour markers and elegant baton hands that catch the light with a refinement that feels well above its price point. The automatic movement inside doesn't carry the headline-grabbing 80-hour power reserve of Tissot's Powermatic 80 stable, but it is dependable, well-regulated Swiss engineering that will serve its owner faithfully for decades. The Carson Premium is the watch you reach for with formal dress, with a blazer at dinner, or when you want something on your wrist that whispers rather than shouts, and whispers with genuine Swiss authority. The Tissot Carson Premium Automatic retails for approximately $495 USD. Number 9. Tissot PRS 516. Automatic chronograph, Tissot reaches into its motorsport heritage and delivers something with serious pulse. The PRS 516 Automatic Chronograph. The PRS designation stands for Tissot's Performance Racing Series, and this watch wears that credential honestly. The case design draws directly from the original PR 516 of the 1960s, that distinctive angular cushion shape with its integrated bracelet architecture, but fits it with a mechanical chronograph complication that transforms it from a handsome retro piece into a genuinely exciting functional instrument. The column wheel chronograph movement is visible through the exhibition caseback, a reminder that the mechanical complexity driving those subdials is a real achievement at this price. The dial layout is purposeful and sporty. Chronograph registers positioned for immediate legibility, tachymeter scale on the bezel for speed calculations, and an overall composition that communicates performance without resorting to gimmicks. On the integrated bracelet, it is bold and architectural. On a leather strap, it takes on a more relaxed vintage character. Either way, the PRS 516 chronograph is a watch that rewards people who appreciate watchmaking with genuine history behind it. The Tissot PRS 516 automatic chronograph retails for approximately $950 USD. Number 8. Tissot Heritage 1973. Chronograph belongs to one of the most specialized and deeply characterful watches in Tissot's entire lineup, the Heritage 1973 Chronograph. This is a faithful recreation of a specific Tissot model from 1973, and Tissot has approached the revival with a precision and an authenticity that separates it from the brand's broader heritage range. The tonneau-shaped case, that gently curved barrel-form silhouette that defined so much 1970s watchmaking, is faithfully reproduced, and on the wrist, it delivers that unmistakable wearing experience of a vintage piece. Close to the wrist, warm against the skin, and carrying a character that round cases simply cannot replicate. The integrated bracelet follows the case's lines with a flowing confidence, and the dial, with its period-correct typography, pushers, and color palette, has an authenticity that makes it feel like a genuine archive piece rather than a tribute. The mechanical chronograph movement within keeps pace with the design's ambition. For the collector who wants a piece of the 1970s done properly and affordably, the Heritage 1973 is a remarkable achievement. The Tissot Heritage 1973 chronograph retails for approximately $1,095 USD. Number 7. Tissot Locaal Powermatic 80, a watch that carries its hometown on its dial with quiet pride. The Tissot Locaal Powermatic 80. Locaal is the Swiss Jura town where Tissot was founded in 1853, and naming this watch after that place is both a statement of heritage and a declaration of intent. This is Tissot at its most classically, fundamentally Swiss. The 39mm case is perfectly proportioned for the dress watch brief, slim enough to disappear beneath a shirt cuff, present enough to be admired when it emerges. The dial architecture rewards close examination, guillochage-inspired textures, Roman numeral hour markers with elegant applied construction, Dauphine hands that taper to beautifully fine points. It is a dial composition that takes real design skill to execute with this level of coherence, and Tissot has done it here at a price that feels almost unfair. The Powermatic 80 movement with its silicon balanced spring delivers 80 hours of power reserve and outstanding magnetic resistance. Thoroughly modern engineering dressed in thoroughly timeless clothes. The Locle is the watch for the person who understands that elegance is about what you leave out, not what you add. The Tissot Locaal Powermatic 80 retails for approximately $595 USDC. Number 6. Tissot Ballad. Powermatic 80 Chronometer is where Tissot raises the technical stakes in the most meaningful way possible. The Ballad Powermatic 80 Chronometer. That final word is not a casual descriptor. COSE chronometer certification requires a movement to pass rigorous independent testing across multiple temperatures and positions, demonstrating rate precision within -4 to +6 seconds per day. It is a standard that watchmakers far above Tissot's price segment sometimes struggle to meet consistently, and here Tissot has earned it and priced it within genuine reach. The Ballad's Nivachron balance spring, Tissot's proprietary non-magnetic alloy, gives it a technical character entirely its own, offering the magnetic resistance advantages of silicon while maintaining properties that allow for a slimmer, more elegant case profile. The 40mm case and bracelet flow together with the kind of seamless integration that luxury sports watches command significant premiums for elsewhere. When you wear the Ballad chronometer, you are wearing a certified precision instrument dressed as an elegant Swiss gentleman's watch. And that combination at this price is genuinely extraordinary. The Tissot Ballad Powermatic 80 Chronometer retails for approximately $995 USD. Number 5. Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80. Midway through our list, and the Seastar 1000 arrives. And once again, it makes a completely convincing case for being the most balanced, versatile, and simply enjoyable watch in Tissot's entire catalog. 100 meters of water resistance, a unidirectional rotating bezel, strong lume application on the dial and hands, and the Powermatic 80 caliber's 80-hour power reserve sitting inside a robust, handsomely designed stainless steel case. That specification would be compelling at twice the price. But what truly distinguishes the Seastar 1000 is how it wears across the full breadth of daily life. It is comfortable enough for a full working day, rugged enough for a weekend on the water, and handsome enough for a smart casual dinner without any apology. The bracelet is one of Tissot's finest, well-articulated, comfortable on the wrist, and finished with the kind of alternating surfaces that give it genuine visual texture. In the range of dial colors available, including some excellent blues and greens, there is a Seastar 1000 for every preference. This is simply a great watch. Full stop. The Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80 retails for approximately $725 USD. Number 4. Tissot Heritage Visodate. Automatic, the Heritage Visodate earns its high placement by doing something that is harder than it looks, being authentically vintage rather than merely vintage-inspired. The Visodate name is real Tissot history, a design from the 1950s that distinguished itself with a date aperture placed at the 12 o'clock position rather than the conventional 3. A detail that sounds small in description, but is immediately striking in person. That single design choice gives the Visodate a dial composition unlike almost anything else available today, with a balanced, symmetrical arrangement that feels entirely of its era and entirely fresh simultaneously. The case size and proportions are faithful to the original, wearing closer to the wrist and slimmer in the hand than modern watches typically allow, and the period-correct typography and color palette on the dial have been executed without the over-restoration that ruins so many vintage tributes. Rubiae. The automatic movement inside keeps everything running reliably beneath a sapphire crystal that protects the historical aesthetic from the scratches of modern life. The Heritage Visodate is the watch that makes you feel something, and that is rarer and more valuable than any specification. The Tissot Heritage Visodate automatic retails for approximately $595 USD. Number 3. Tissot Seastar 2000. Professional Powermatic 80, the Seastar 2000. None? Professional commands in its placement here is a measure of just how serious a watch this is. In a list of strong and well-considered Swiss watches, the Seastar 2000 Pro stands apart because it alone meets the full technical standard of professional diving use. ISO 64025 certification is not achieved with marketing language. It requires independently verified 600-meter water resistance, a helium escape valve for saturation diving, a unidirectional bezel that cannot be accidentally rotated to add dive time, and a legibility standard that ensures the watch remains readable in actual underwater conditions. The Powermatic 80 Movement's 80-hour power reserve means a multi-day live-aboard diving trip won't challenge it. The Seastar 2000 Pro is not a watch for people who want to look like they dive. It is a watch for people who dive. And for those people, finding genuine professional dive watch capability inside a Swiss manufacturer at anywhere near this price is not a small thing. It is, frankly, remarkable. The Tissot Seastar 2000 Professional Powermatic 80 retails for approximately $150 USDT. Number 2. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. The PRX Powermatic 80 and its position this high on this particular list says something important. Today's lineup is deeper and more technically varied than most of our previous Tissot features, and yet the PRX still pushes to the top 2 with complete ease. The reason is simple. The PRX Powermatic 80 is the watch that changed how the accessible Swiss watch market perceived Tissot, and its impact has not faded. The integrated bracelet tapering down from a slim, elegant case. The sunburst dial textures that photograph beautifully and look even better in person. The Powermatic 80 caliber with its silicon balance spring and 80-hour power reserve, the sapphire crystal, the exhibition caseback. Every component of this watch is chosen and executed with a clarity of vision that produces a result coherent enough and desirable enough that it has earned a place on wish lists and in collections at every level of the hobby. First-time mechanical watch buyers love it. Serious collectors own multiple versions of it. That kind of universal appeal is not manufactured, it is earned. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 retails for approximately $775 USDC. Number 1. Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium. The watch that in a lineup of excellent Tissot references still manages to stand above them all. The Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium. Its victory on today's list is not about drama or spectacle. There is no 600-meter dive rating here, no vintage tonneau case, no motorsport chronograph complication. What the Gentleman offers is something more fundamental and, in the long run, more valuable. It is simply the most complete and most honest expression of what a daily wear watch should be. The dial is clean without being austere, refined without being cold. The silicon balance spring in the Powermatic 80 caliber gives it a resilience to magnetic fields that is genuinely relevant in the modern world of laptops, phones, and induction charging surfaces. 100 meters of water resistance means it goes where life takes you. The bracelet or strap options mean it dresses appropriately for every context. The 80-hour power reserve means the weekend away never costs you a reset on Monday morning. And through all of it, through the boardroom and the weekend and the dinner and the rain, the Gentleman asks nothing of you except to keep wearing it. Some watches earn their number 1 spot by being extraordinary. The Tissot Gentleman earns its by being perfect. The Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium retails for approximately $695 USD.